evening, everybody. Welcome back to the Dugout Football Channel. It is the Friday LFC Focus Podcast, and we have a lot to discuss, haven't we? Especially the big game at the weekend. But as you can see, I do have two of my esteemed panel. We have Mr. Daniel from the Mighty Reds Television. How are you, Dan?
I'm sorry, mate. I'm a bit cold. It was nice and sunny today, but now the temperature's just dropping. I'm absolutely freezing. But other than that, I'm fine, mate. I'm good to go. I'm looking forward to the match on Sunday.
Yeah, I am as well. And we've also been joined by Mr. Connor Niblett from the Cop Council. How are you, Connor?
Very good, thank you, mate. And I'm looking forward to the weekend. To say I'm nervous is an understatement, but I think everyone else is a bit as well. So hopefully everyone else is having a fantastic day as well.
I know, and you managed to rile up the City fans, which I like to see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they don't like it when you mention money.
Yeah, absolutely. Indeed. Let's say hello to a few people because I have seen some of you in here. Actually, Tejas was in earlier at 1:21 in the morning. Yeah, very, very keen, has to be said. Hello, Tejas. Thank you for tuning in, as always. Like Gordon, as she says, like and share the stream as well. Liverpool, says Sebastian. Hello, Chris Welsh. Evening all. Hope you're well. I am doing well, Chris, and looking forward to the Australian Grand Prix this weekend as well. I will be getting up about 6 o'clock in the morning to watch it. Sophie will be joining us. Jack Mack, we have no idea. He's probably in a party chat on PS5, PS4, something like that. Anyway, and hello to Gary Richards, of course. I wonder why they don't want to discuss finances. Oh, I wonder why. And Liz Golden saying hey to Gary. But, well, we do need to talk about, a potential... I would say potential transfer, but it really is all but done. Fabio Carvahlo has signed for the Reds. Well, according to Paul Joyce, according to Fabrizio Romano, according to James Pearce, everything, everyone's been reporting on it today. Dan, how excited are you about this transfer?
Very excited. Listen, I don't know massive amounts about him. I haven't seen him play much, but obviously since Liverpool have been linked with him, and it looked like we were going to sign him, I've obviously kept a little bit of an eye on him. And the first thing I remember him doing was scoring against Man City in the cup. So by all accounts, he's got some good potential. Judging by this, maybe the signing of Elliott, who we got from Fulham, who looks like a real player. Hopefully Carvalho will follow in his footsteps, and it's another step in the right direction. I remember it was not long ago. People were trying to overstate this thing that we had this aging team and what was going on, and suddenly now you can see like the next gen coming through. Konate, there's only a young boy. Jota's younger. Even like Kostas is a little bit younger than Andy Robertson. You've got keeper Kelleher, and then again you've got the likes of Harvey Elliott and now Carvalho, and you sort of already starting to see that next gen team, which hopefully, as I say, is going to be the thing that's going to tip Klopp towards signing new contracts. I'm sure if the project excites him, he'll want to stay. So yeah, I don't know much about Carvalho, but I'm excited. I'm excited to see him play next season. He's highly rated. I think he could be a good player for us. Wait and see.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. And Connor, I look at this signing and the future is bright. The future is bright at Liverpool because you look at like obviously Jota, Konate, Gomez, Elliott, Jones, a lot of good youth coming through now.
Yeah, no, it is 100%, and the quality as well with the youngsters, and like you've already mentioned, Harvey Elliott, Trent when he came through. At the minute, Kate Gordon, Curtis Jones, there's so many names of youth at the minute at Liverpool, and it's fantastic to see. And Carvalho, I'm looking at his stats now, 31 games this season, 8 goals, 7 assists, which for an 18-year-old is tremendous. Similar on to, of course, Harvey Elliott's numbers last year. Of course, playing in a little bit of a different position, but he's done well in this Fulham side to break through as well. And from what we know, there's been plenty of teams, especially Borussia Dortmund, that wanted him as well. And if Dortmund are going for a young player, then you know that they are something special, because Dortmund go after all the good little talents. But yeah, for me, I'm excited. He has that Coutinho style about him, which I love to see. He likes to score his goals, mainly in the bottom right-hand corner, which, Coutinho always did for Liverpool. But yeah, very excited, mate. And, if he looks this good now, and, people have been saying as well, he's got a higher level than Harvey Elliott. I think give him a pre-season or two under Jurgen Klopp and see what he can do next season, because judging by the reports, he's going to be fully involved in the first team for next year.
Yeah, 100%. Let's see what some of you are saying about Carvalho. Jack has been late.
Sorry. Look, I was just going to say, how about this one? Bearing in mind he play in a similar position, would you think they could send Kate Gordon the other way on loan?
No, I don't think Kate Gordon's in the conversation at all.
Don't think so. The only one I would really see is probably Neco Williams permanently, but again, I don't think Liverpool would want to sell Neco. I don't know.
Oh, I think he'll have to go Neco, because he needs to be playing now, doesn't he?
Yeah.
The way I'd look at it now, how many games is he going to play for Fulham by the end of the season? Going to play 20 games? He's not going to want to go back and play like 2 games, is he? Liverpool next season, and also with the World Cup being in December or whatever it is.
Yeah,
Wales get there, which is a good chance.
That is very true. Jack has been late, pretending to be shocked. Yep, Jack has the what's the word? Basically, if he was late for his own funeral, he would be late. He would still be late. Let me guess. Fabio Romano got the news of Paul Joyce. Actually, Chris, now that you actually say that, it was actually Fabio Romano that actually reported this. Yeah, this is what. So this was yesterday, and it says exclusive. Fabio Carvahlo to Liverpool. Here we go. Done deal. Medical already completed with Fulham permission. 5 million fee plus 2.7 million add-ons. Sell-on clause included. Contract until 2027. No plan to loan him back. Announcement in May. To be fair to Fabrizio Romano, that was one of the first ones. He was one of the first ones to actually report it yesterday. So yeah, very, 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 very good. Sebastian, what's this? If Jack don't show up, I'm happy to be a replacement for today. We'll wait and see. But the more the merrier, as I say. Thank you, Julian Ward. Newcastle Wolves in 45 minutes. Yeah, I did see actually Newcastle Wolves. But if I'm being honest, I can see Newcastle winning that, in all honesty. The future. I think that's what it's a future. The future is bright for Liverpool. Yep, absolutely. The future's so bright, you got to wear shades. Yeah, this sun is absolutely blinding, to be honest with you. I might actually have to. Nah, I'm not going to shut the curtains because it is lovely anyway. Carvalho to be a Carabao Cup and the FA Cup player for next season. Yes, I think that could possibly be an option. Connor, would you agree with that?
Yeah, but don't be surprised if he gets Premier League minutes neither.
5 subs next season.
Yeah, and also
that's
as well,
true. Yeah,
it's similar with Harvey Elliott, isn't it? I don't think any of us expected him to just burst on the scene at the start of the season. Klopp might do the same with Carvalho. We don't know, but it's good indication that the early reports are saying that he isn't going to go back out on loan. Like he's having a full pre-season, and then they're going to have a look at him. Which I think is a good sign.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I reckon he'll play a bit more, to be honest with you. I reckon he'll be bench player coming on regular, because he's already had a full season here, and for Fulham. So if he goes back then to playing a few odd games here and there, he's not going to develop. Origi's going, Minamino's probably going to go.
Yeah. To be honest, I wouldn't be too surprised if you see Minamino at Leeds with Jesse Marsh. Would not be too surprised by that either. That would make sense. Chris, Carvalho, I hope he turns into Liverpool's own Bruno Fernandes because he has talent and he's going to be good in the future. Well, turning into Liverpool's own Bruno Fernandes, basically disappearing like a ghost in big games. Yeah, no thanks.
You've cursed it now, Doug. We've played him in a few weeks. I'd touch some wood, mate.
NFT Balam. I could not give a monkeys about NFT. To be honest, if I'm being honest. Yeah, Sophie is on her way. I know that for a fact. Jack, we've not got a clue. Def Liverpool fan buying the Romano news. Romano couldn't look through a funnel. Three Amigos and come on Wolves, because Liz Golden's hubby is, of course, a Wolves fan. Awoo! So, yeah. Awoo! Had to do that. I had to do that anyway. Because as Connor and Chris know, that they do not like my jokes. So yeah. Say no to Bruno. Yeah. Yeah, that's from Encanto, and I do not like that film. Let me just say that. Christopher Connor and everybody's. Do you see Connor Bradley being back up right back? And Nick Owens been sold for the good relationship with Fulham. Fulham fans seem to like him from what I saw on Twitter. To answer your question, Nick Williams isn't going anywhere. I don't think he's going to go anywhere. And Connor Bradley, I'm not sure he's ready to be a backup right back. Dan, what do you think about that?
I reckon Ballum's got it 100%. I can't see Nico staying. Can't see him staying. I think, we'll want to build that relationship with Fulham. And then, I don't know about Conor Bradley. I don't know too much about him, but we know FSG are pretty tight, aren't they, with the spends? So, I wouldn't be surprised at all. They've got, maybe not Conor Bradley being back up. I think it'll be Joe Gomez.
Yeah, Connor?
Yeah, I agree. I think, especially with Fulham getting the Prem as well, Liverpool could ask, for a decent price, and as well, them owing us money for Harry Wilson as well in the summer. So, yeah, I think, look, I've only watched Conor Bradley roughly, with League Cup games and preseason games. He looks decent, but of course Joe Gomez is there, and of course James Milner as well, if he does sign the new deal, of course.
James freaking Milner. Liz is in the chat, remember?
Sorry, Liz.
James freaking Milner. Douglas the Lionhearted, you are a good human. Well, thank you very much, Liz. You always call me Douglas the Lionhearted. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. Indeed. Joe Gomez and James freaking Milner right back. Yes. Hello, Cedric. Thank you for tuning in. Good evening to Mahesh Mohan as well. I think a Man City get a full-on proper striker is going to make Liverpool's life even harder. Well, they do have a striker in Julian Alvarez, and who's coming in shortly as well. To be honest, I don't watch much of the Argentina league, but he is a talent. Let's just say that. Liz, Connor, hey Cedric. Here's my joke. Port Vale players complained about the sandwiches they had. Their complaint to the staff was our sandwiches had Oldham in the sandwiches. Port Vale playing Oldham this weekend. What? Jesus. That's
Old Ham, isn't it?
Oh.
Like, it's so...
That's a bit with you.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Harry Wilson, Nick Williams, possibly they want Adrian for, but Adrian, no. I don't know who Fulham's goalkeeper is, but they're definitely not getting Adrian. They're definitely not going to be wanting to get Adrian. Let's put it that way.
It's the Fulham goal. It's the old Spurs keeper, isn't it? What's his name? It begins with a G.
Golini?
No. Come back to me. I'm going to look for his name now.
Nah,
Gazaniga. That's it.
Gazaniga. There we go, indeed. But we did actually have a game the weekend. We did beat Watford by 2 goals to 0. The thing is with this game, I know we didn't play our best, but this is the thing for me as well. It's not about performances, it's about results now as well. Watford have a good opportunity at the other end. Alisson saves very, very well. And then we go up the other end. Joe Gomez to Diogo Jota scores a header. And then I have no idea why Roy Hodgson is complaining that was not a penalty. Because I think Kucha, or whoever it was, has been watching too much Six Nations rugby to basically bring them down like that. So... And Fabinho steps up and scores the penalty as well. And you have to question as well the fact that Fabinho doesn't really take many penalties. But when he does, Connor, they're always top bins.
Yeah, no, they are, and look, overall, it was a professional performance against Watford. Wasn't, of course, the fourth or fifth gear that Liverpool can produce, of course, but I think that's something that Liverpool are purposely doing, I would say. I think, looking back at, when we won the league, we'd always beat that team by the odd goal or 2-0 and reserve some energy, which I think, we did a little bit in that second half. Look, sometimes it could come back to, bite you, but, Liverpool, of course, at Anfield, you know what you're getting. But yeah, I think that's what Fabinho's got 100% penalty success rates in competitive football. I know that he missed the one in pre-season and people will mention that, but it's pre-season game. But I think in competitive football, I don't think he's missed a pen ever. So we're not too bad on penalty takers, are we? We got Mohamed Salah, we've got James Milner, James frickin' Milner, sorry Liz, and of course Fabinho as well. And like we saw in the Carabao Cup final.
I was going to say, based on the Carabao Cup final, mate, we're not bad for penalty takers at all.
No, exactly. Yeah. So, confident. We wouldn't have said that a few years ago, would we? Confident of everyone taking a penalty for Liverpool Football Club. But yeah, it was just a professional performance, and it's Watford. They did well to stay in the game, but yeah, come on. I think even Ben Foster said that it was a dodgy decision to give the pen, but it was all day a penalty, and Fabinho easily slotted it away.
Yeah, definitely. And Dan, did you manage to get to see this game at all?
Oh yeah, mate. So I watched it all. Yeah, didn't go because my kids play football early on a Saturday and then go riding, so I had to give up my tickets, unfortunately. But yeah, I got home and no, family comes first. I got home and watched it all. Yes, it was fine. Yeah, exactly. I think I may have predicted 2-0. It was exactly the game I thought it was going to be. They always seem when we play the half-12 kickoffs, a bit of a drag. No one really is up for it in the crowd and whatever else. But yeah, good performance. As I say, I think Connor's right. We sort of play within ourselves. We hold the gears back, and I think that's how Klopp's, Matt's going to try and manage it from now to the end of the season. And long may it continue. As I say, it might mean if we can win the games and play within ourselves, it might mean that some players don't need the rotation. When you think about Van Dijk, he's like a Rolls Royce. He doesn't seem to really go through the gears, does he? So as I say, that might be the thing that means he doesn't need resting or whatever. Because you kind of get
definitely. Definitely. And just very, very quickly, because I think it's worth mentioning the relegation battle. I mean, which three realistically are down, Connor? I think it's one of Norwich, and then the next two, you'd have to say who it is.
Norwich are already down. Honestly, Norwich, Watford, and Everton. I think that, but of course, Burnley have to win or get a couple of points to get over them. But I just look at that Everton run, and it's like I can't see them getting any more points. That's the thing. I can't see them getting any more points. I know they got Man United this weekend, which I know over the past couple of seasons they've managed to get something from. I think at Goodison, so maybe. But again, on the face of them all, you'd expect them not to get any points. But it's football, isn't it? When they went 2-1 up against Burnley, I think they thought themselves that they could, comfortably, go on to get all 3 points there. So it's interesting, but I do think Everton I think they're buggered, and I don't think Frank Lampard can do anything about it.
Yeah, Dan, what were you thinking on the relegation battle?
Yeah, I think obviously Norwich are down. Watford have got a chance, and with Roy Hodgson, they'll grind out some points, but I think ultimately they'll go. So I think it's between Everton and Burnley, and obviously, being in Liverpool and working in Liverpool, obviously I speak to a lot of Everton fans, a lot of them mates, and they're all really doom and gloom about it. But as I said to you this morning, mate, on WhatsApp, I still think they've got a great chance of staying up. You know what I mean? As I say, they've literally they've already got a point more than Burnley, so all they've got to do from now to the end of the season is match their points total. It's not like this impossible dream. Do you know what I mean? To match Burnley's points with 9 games to go of the season. They do that to staying up. And that's why I sort of think there's such a massive historic club with a great fan base and all that there at Goodison. You've seen again against the Newcastle. When the ground's full, crazy things can happen, under the lights at Goodison, and they might just pull off a shock win or two. And I still think somehow they'll stay up ahead of Burnley. So I think Burnley will go.
Yeah, I think so as well. Let's get through some of your comments. Chris, that may be worse than one of Douglas's, but original. Yeah, that is very true. Hello, Rennie. Thank you for tuning in. I'm good, mate. Hope you're good. Well done, Ibou Konate. Pass university studies stuff I heard. And good luck to your famous Milan. Simon Mignolet, worst goalkeeper we had, in my opinion. Ali bin Klaat. Mignolet wasn't that bad. When you consider some of the horrors we've had, Bogdan has to be up there. Donny. Remember when Donny came in? Jesus Christ. He was shocking. Did he play
one game and get sent off?
Yeah, Blackburn away.
Blackburn away. And that led to the Australian guy playing in the Cup semi, didn't it?
Yeah. Hello, Fabinho is often underestimated. Yep, that is very true. 2-1 winnings in this title winning season was the 10th. Yep, that is true.
There was.
Hello, Elevator and Escalator fans 6. Thank you for tuning in. Do you think Liverpool need a defensive midfielder? No. For backup squad for squad depth, do you see so? No, definitely not. I'm predicting the Reds to beat City 2-1 on Sunday with an 89th minute winner by Blues Diaz. We will get to that very, very soon. Anyone else nervous that Bobby wasn't seen in training?
No, because I don't think he'll maybe come off the bench.
Yeah. Possibly. So he did come on against Benfica though, didn't he? He did come on against
interesting. Klopp said he had no injuries, but he wasn't insane. But I'm not nervous about it because I didn't expect him to start. I mean, he would have been a decent sub, but that's about it.
Yeah. Hello to Jersey Boy. Thank you very much for tuning in. I did get your message earlier this morning, mate, and I didn't have a chance to reply. So hope you are good. And you and Ryan are welcome on the channel at anytime you guys can as well. Hit that like button, people. Thanks. Yep, please do. Played very good against Watford. Fabinho, please, he needs to be the new penalty kick taker. Then he's going for Norwich, Watford, Everton to go down. Yes, family comes first. Agree there. Sometimes forget Douglas's wedding is in July before the World Cup. Not too bad. Do you think Watford can stay up? I think Burnley, Norwich, and third team can be anybody. See, the thing is, Roy Hodgson's never been relegated as a manager. I feel he'll get them out of it. I've got a feeling he'll get them out of it, which would mean that Leeds United could be dragged into it again. They could well be dragged into it again. Wasn't at our best, but we got the win. All that matters. Signs of an elite team. It's still shocking to be that Everton may get relegated. Yeah, it is, and especially the amount of money that they've wasted on absolute shite. It has to be said as well. Gary going for Everton, Norwich, and Burnley. So he thinks that Watford might stay up. Interesting. Ronaldo's back. He's probably going to score. To be fair, Everton have always been really relevant there, but it was relevant as cardboard and recycling bin. To be honest, it would be so Manchester United to give Everton points. Yes. And this is the thing. I'm going to say this now. I think Everton will get something from United because Manchester United are so inconsistent. And I just think that the Everton will get a draw. I think they'll get a draw. I think they will get a draw. Fabio Carvahlo from Portugal, friends with Diogo Jota, LFC squad, and players with good friendships. Yep, absolutely. Lol. Jersey Boy, thank you. I still think Everton will stay up somehow, in my opinion. Yeah, true. The run for Everton is harder. Yeah. Shall I just go back onto my Twitter, because I know people did actually see my tweet earlier about the fixture list for Everton. So Everton's remaining fixtures are as follows: Manchester United at home, Leicester at home, Liverpool away, Chelsea at home, Leicester away, Watford away, Brentford at home, Crystal Palace at home, Arsenal away.
It sounds tough on paper, it does, but the thing about this time of the season is you never really know what's going to be a hard game or what's not, because teams have got different things to play for. Palace, I don't know when they play Palace, but Palace could be in the cup final. Do you know what I mean? And they might.
That's true. Yeah.
Things like that, you just don't know.
Yeah, that's true. Frank Lampard has nothing to work with. Frank Lampard is not a very good. Well, I will go along and say this: that Frank Lampard was the right appointment. just at the wrong time. He should never have been appointed when he was. Does it?
Yeah, right.
Anyone agree with me with about that?
But at the same time.
Because I honestly say this now. I think Lampard should have been appointed in the summer.
Well, yeah, ahead of Benitez. I mean, how could Everton ever have Rafa Benitez as manager? I mean, it's just ridiculous. It was doomed to failure right from the start, wasn't
it? Lampard couldn't manage his way out of a paper bag.
Well, the thing is, as well, it's like you look at it. You need backing with the manager, and from the out-go, there was outrage from the Evertonians, and saying that Rafa, of course, former Red, and that. And it was, everyone could tell it was never, how long would he have? It would be, when's the soonest point that they could get rid of him? Of course, we all thought it might have been, the Merseyside derby. But I think he managed a bit longer than that. Was it January he got sacked?
Yeah.
And they got rid of, Digne. What was it? Within the space of 2 days, they got rid of Digne, signed 2 players, and then sacked him. So it just
poor management.
Yeah, it just shows that
it's poor management.
But with Benitez at Everton, you've got to understand, guys, how much the Everton fans they hate Liverpool. Like they hate Liverpool more than they love their own team. It's bonkers. Honestly, they get more satisfaction out of seeing Liverpool lose than Everton winning, and that's honest to God's truth. And I work with Everton fans every day.
I'm gonna honestly say this now, but Everton, It's not just like bad management. Like you think of the managers that they have had, they like absolutely failed. Like Martinez, Silva, Benitez, Allardyce. Like they're not the best.
It's rotten. It's rotten.
Ronald Koeman as well. Yeah. Reina won Liverpool the FA Cup. Fabinho might just win Brazil the World Cup. I think Brazil are the favourites. I think they are the favourites. No worries, Douglas. You've been busy, mate. I was just letting you know we were busy. Don't expect to be invited anywhere, etc. So just letting you know for the future if you have space. No worries, mate. No, not a problem. Also, so happy to see you so close to 2K. Yeah, we're getting there. I think I'm 8 off 1.8 so far. So. Yeah, we are getting it. Hi, Tom. As well. Burnley getting relegated. Fernando Torres won the World Cup when he was an LFC player. Also, we could see an LFC player win the World Cup in November and December time. Could well possibly be. Everton are 25 points. They'll need a few wins simply. Yeah, 25 points is definitely not enough as well. 40 million for Dele Alli. Come on, he's the runt of the litter, doing his best impression of Jack Sparrow from Pirates of the Caribbean with his ridiculous hairstyle. Yeah. I think there's a few players like that. Paul Pogba. You what? Chris Agree-Watts with the hair. Everton let Duncan Fergie go. That could be a loss. All the blame for Everton has to go on the board and owners for this mess. Yeah, 100%. They can't blame Rafa now. Rafa never left Liverpool. The job was offered. Rafa took it. Yep. Quick question, Douglas. Are you looking for Aston Villa and Everton fans for previews? Koeman is next Holland manager after World Cup. Also, Everton manager always gets big jobs after. No, I'm pretty fine for Aston Villa and Everton fans. And anyway, don't play Aston Villa till May, I think. I think it's May. I think we play Aston Villa anyway. But enough talking about obviously the relegation battle, because it is quite funny to see Everton in there. Benfica 1, Liverpool 3. So Liverpool, very good win. Very, very good win against Benfica. I have to say, Darwin Núñez really impressed me for Benfica, but the more the game went on, Connor, they defended really, really poorly. Like you saw, Vertonghen and Otamendi just did not know what to do, and great for Konate to get his first goal as well.
Yeah, it was a good performance from Konate overall, apart from the goal itself for Benfica. Mm-hmm. He's already done it at the San Siro, against both Milan sides. And yeah, it was just a good performance. That first half especially, I thought was tremendous from us. Thought we should have probably capitalized on it more. From those 2 goals, I thought maybe we should have got that third goal at least. But again, we switched off for quite a long period of time. But I think that was of course, Benfica got that goal, and then, of course, that the next 10 minutes then was always going to be, hoping that you could keep, the scoreline as it was instead of, them getting, 2-2, and then, of course, in the panic then. But I thought we dealt the game brilliantly. I thought, the substitutions of, I think what was it? It was Sadio. No, yeah, Bobby come on and Jota come on, and I thought that was at the right time as well. But again, it was just a good performance. Thiago's performance in the first half I thought was tremendous. By far the best player on the pitch. Second half was a bit different, and Luis Diaz's goal. It was bound to happen, and well, I still don't get how that fan managed to walk out the stadium after he threw his walking stick at Luis Diaz, which was wrong, of course. But yeah, overall, good job, and looking, 1 foot in the semis now, with a game to spare.
That just on that, was that actually a walking stick? Because I've read that it was like something like a pole or just a walking stick. I
think it was one of those like foldable ones that you can like fold up. I think it was one of them.
Yeah,
but I'm not sure.
Yeah, I mean, Dan, it's a very good first leg lead to take back to Anfield.
Brilliant, mate. And listen, at half time, I'll be honest, I was thinking, listen, we could potentially get this tie put to bed here, and really be able to rotate next Wednesday. Or whenever it is we play them in light of the cup semi, and focus on the cup semi on the following Saturday. So I'll be honest, at the end of the game when it was 3-1, I was a little bit disappointed. Then in the cold light today, I thought, how spoiled have we become under Jurgen Klopp and this Liverpool team? Disappointed with a 3-1 away win in the European Cup quarter-finals at Benfica. We went there with Rafa a couple of times. In the Champions League, and we got beat. We had there in the Europa League. I think we got beat again. And now I'm sort of slightly disappointed that a 3-1 win. And it was so. When I thought about it, I realised what a fantastic result it was. Fully expect us to get through next week, of course.
Yeah,
there's just that little thing of the hopefully we've learned the slight lesson of the Inter Milan game where we made it a bit of a sticky second leg, but hopefully that won't happen again and we'll be able to cruise through.
Yeah, absolutely. Evening to another Evertonian, James Dunlop. Evening, Douglas. Evening all. Hit the likes and subscribe if you're new. Yeah, James, how are you feeling about the Everton predicament at the moment? Please let me know. Fabinho needs thank you very much. Thank you so much, Rebecca Tavares, and helping Fabinho with his move. She couldn't get any heat comments on social media. She played a huge part in Fabinho move. Yeah, 100%. Guys, remember to hit that like button and share the stream if you can as well. Hi, James. Very good one for you guys at Benfica away. How are your nerves for Sunday? My nerves will be absolutely shot by 3:30. I don't know how. Connor, do you deal with nerves in a different way?
I think I get more nervous like a couple of days before. It's like around now. On Sunday, it's just like I'm just excited then for the game. And again, it's the manner, isn't it? And what's on stake on Sunday as well. So yeah, I'm nervous a couple of days beforehand, but not on the day.
Yeah. Dan, what about you? How do you deal with nerves?
Oh, I'm awful for them, mate. I'm terrible for them. I won't lie, mate. I don't like them at all. I get really nervous.
Yeah, but definitely.
But I'm like stupidly nervous to the point where, like, say we're winning, and I need the toilet. I start thinking to myself, but if I go to the toilet, it might be bad luck. I'm like crazy like that. I'm like a slave to superstition for stuff like that. So I'm really nervous. I'm not looking forward to it at all. I'll be honest.
Yeah, Darwin Núñez will in Liverpool to tell. Darwin Núñez is absolutely amazing. Really good player. I can see him moving from Benfica as well, and I think he'll be a key player for Uruguay in the World Cup as well. Benfica should have scored more there. Underrated. The first half was average from LFC, but second was better. Thank God we won. That's what matters. I wouldn't say it was average. I think we just missed a hot load of chances. So my nerves are already a hot mess for Sunday. Yep, definitely. Well done, LFC ladies, on the promotion. Back where we should be. WSL Women's Super League. Thoughts Connor might read on, should they play at Anfield? Expect them to play Anfield once next season. Was it Prenton Park that they play at?
Tranmere Rovers they usually play at, but it's always the derby. When it's Liverpool Everton, they always play at Anfield with the derby. So, but yeah, it's fantastic that they're back in the Women's Super League as well after 2 years out or a year out? So it's good. It's good news.
I think so. I hear you, Liz. Hello, James. Everton need wins, man. Chris Welsh. Wow, this is not an April Fool. Naby Keita for me, man of the match. No, it is not an April Fool's joke either. Very good performance from him. Arguably the best I've seen him ever play in a Liverpool shirt. I still think his best performance for Manchester United for me. I still think that was his best performance as well. The Women's Merseyside Derby can play at Anfield if LFC organised this. Hi, Ballum. We do need wins, but I think it's over for us. We're nothing but a disgrace. 100% Dan, as fans should be enjoying this era of LFC football. Yep, it was a good result. It was a good result. I said 3-1. We had that blip with them back in it. We do have 1 foot in the semi-finals. That Diaz goal was needed. Still a professional performance. No one is bad if they reach the quarterfinals. Yeah, 100% agree with that as well. I'm already nervous for Sunday. Yeah, I am as well. I've accepted relegation from Mons Douglas. I can see tomorrow getting toxic, not just towards the board, but the players too. Moshiri is the worst thing that's ever happened to our club. Yeah, it is. It is. And, you know, you're one of the original sort of 6-7 clubs that's never been relegated in the Premier League era. Obviously, like it's Arsenal, Chelsea, Liverpool, United, Arsenal, Chelsea, Everton, Liverpool, United, Spurs, and then obviously I think you could add Brighton in there. I don't think you could add Brentford. Yeah, you could add Brentford actually.
Founder members, I think founder members in it. They're one of the only founder members that haven't been relegated. I don't think
definitely. Ballum's asking, are you the Mighty Red mascot?
I can't confirm or deny.
Make that what you will. I can't bloody wait, fellas. No. Any injury concerns or none at all? Apparently, we have a full squad available, but Firmino was missing in training today, so I don't know if that's just a precaution or anything like that, but we will see. I feel for Everton fans, it can't be easy. Even Connor was shocked when I commented to Keita man of the match, and his match reaction, he was smirking.
Yeah.
Were you?
Yeah. Chris saying that Keita was man of the match, it's like Christmas come early.
Very interesting. Very interesting. Knockwood says, Liz, yes, 100%. As well, but no, Benfica. We will come on and talk obviously about the second leg. It'll be interesting to see if we actually rotate in that game, but maybe not too much rotation because it can like upset the balance of the team, and obviously we do not want that anyway. But Ibou Konate became the 20th different goal scorer for Liverpool this season. So I was just racking for my brains, Connor. And I think the only players that have not scored for the club yet this season are Kostas Tsimikas and Joe Gomez.
Alisson Becker.
Alisson Becker, yeah.
Yeah, it is just them. Hopefully Ali can get a goal again for the end of the season. But
it's not needed.
No, it's not. But
it must mean we're desperate, mustn't it? You know what I mean? So let's open up that desperate at any points.
Well, it's good the fact that we have goals everywhere throughout the squad, and we're not overly relying on specific player like Mo or Sadio or something like that. It's good that the goals are everywhere. But yeah, it's a bit of a mad start. I don't think there's many other teams that are like that. I don't think.
No, I can't think of anybody. I can't think of anybody. But no, I mean, Dan, 20 different goal scorers. It's pretty good that all the goals have been shared around the team.
Yeah, it's great, mate. Yeah, I mean, out of the main squad, of course, there's just them two. But obviously, you could also potentially add a couple of the youngsters in there, but we won't count them. But yeah, it's good, mate, to see the goals getting shared around and shows what a sort of complete team we are, really, yeah.
Yeah, definitely. James says 2 players have really been really impressed this season: Diogo Jota and Luis Diaz. The fact you've got Salah, Mane and Firmino, you've got real top quality depth on the attack. And that's the thing we needed to add to the attack. And I think Luis Diaz has just been that very good player that just, slotted in for sure. The way everyone's getting treated by the owners, we'd be rageful if that happens to AIK. Yeah, Sebastian, I know you're a big AIK fan as well. For Sunday, I don't want the refs to completely suck. Yeah, we will go on to the Manchester City preview just in a minute. But I'm staying level ahead of Bukater before we start jumping on his bouncy castle. Chris. I love his comments like that. But yeah, we do have the big game on Sunday, Manchester City against Liverpool. Now, I don't know if anyone saw this show earlier, but since the start of 2018-2019, Manchester City have had 337 points. Liverpool have had 336. These two are absolutely relentless in going for a Premier League title. And you seem to remember as well the 2021 season. Yes, we were defending it, but we still managed to finish third. How? I'll never know. But it was just very, very good. But this game, I'd argue Liverpool are going into this game on the better form, because in the form table at the moment, in the last 5 games, we're actually top of the form table. Man City are third with 13 points. So, I mean, obviously, I've done a show earlier. Connor did a show earlier as well. How big is this game? Is it a title decider for you, Connor?
Yeah, 100%. For me, I think this game in particular, in my opinion, I think it's a huge battle psychologically for both teams. I think if Liverpool were to win, of course, to get in 2 points clear, and then like we saw in and then of course Liverpool then being properly over Manchester City, we've seen back in when we won the league how us beating City changed their mentality. They were trying everything too hard, overcomplicating things, and I think the advantage of it as well, we play them a week later as well. If we were to beat them in that as well, and they still have a very tough Champions League game to get past as well with Atletico Madrid, whereas Liverpool, we've got a little bit of leverage, of course, beating Benfica 3-1. So, of course, they could, a little bit be out of 3 competitions within a week if all things go okay. But, of course, I think if Liverpool were to win this, I think they'll be massive. If we were to lose, then, of course, being 4 points behind them, it is then a little bit, I wouldn't say it's completely done, but 4 points with 7 games to go.
Yes,
it will be difficult. Yeah, it will be very, very difficult to get that back. But never say never. I don't think many people at the end of December would have thought Liverpool would be 1 point behind City and going for the title still. So I think though if Liverpool were to win, I think then you'd see the proper change psychologically from from Liverpool and City.
Dan, would you take a draw in this game?
All week I thought, no, we need to win, because that keeps it in our hands, and we can't rely on another team beating City because there's not that many games to go. And we've seen in 18-19, was it? When we were just at 1 point behind, and we couldn't catch them. But if the closer it's got to the game, I've started thinking, actually, I've started getting a bit nervous and thinking, well, actually, draw keeps us firmly in the hunt. You know what I mean? I've kind of squeaky bum time. I think, as Connor said, I think if it's a defeat for me, it is all over. I think 4 points. You're looking at City then dropping 2 points out their last 7. I mean, 2 games, dropping points in 2 games out their last 7, which is quite a lot for City, really. And also, for us to capitalise, we'd have to be perfect in our 7 games, which is obviously a tough task, isn't it? So you're looking at 2 sorts of things going our way then, which are big ask. But I think if we get a draw, we're still in it. Obviously a win, I think. But I don't think it's a title decider unless City win it. But I suppose now would take a draw, because there is some tough games to go. You look at City have got like West Ham away they've got Wolves away. They could be tough games, you know. And as I say, you never know what's going to be tough at this time of the season because teams are fighting for different things. So probably would take a draw, but I think really we need to win.
Yeah, definitely. Let's see what some of you are saying in the chat. Breaking news: Chris Ross has jumped on Katie's bounty castle. Katie's gone down injured. Oh Jesus! Please don't do that. I believe it's pronounced Manchester City, but I could be mistaken. Sebastian Abigail could wake up injured despite being completely stuck on his bed asleep by a magnet. Oh, Jesus Christ. Nice to see Chris's praise for Katie lasted long. Peter Raymond, thank you for tuning in. Peter, if you guys win on Sunday, I think you'll go on and win the title. You guys are on terrific form. We are on terrific form, but when it comes to these kind of games, form goes out the window, as they say. I think it's over if City win on Sunday, as they turn it on in the last 2 months of the season. But we thought it was over at 14 points a couple of months ago, so not over till it's over. Very interesting indeed. I'd be happy with a draw, because you never know with City. They could lose against Wolves, because this is the Prem. Any team can beat anyone. And yeah, we saw when we played Wolves that we were very fortunate to win that game. Obviously, Divock Origi came up and Lord Divock himself. But if we are talking about big game players, Connor, the two you'd look at in the City side are Phil Foden and Kevin De Bruyne.
Yeah, 100%. I think, going back to the game earlier on the season, Phil Foden was unbelievable in that game. And look, I think City, especially that first half, did batter us a little bit. At times, I mentioned it earlier on, that first half of City was probably the best 45 minutes that they've played at all this season. But then that second half and, the whole game as a whole, I think Liverpool deserved to win it overall. And I think that'll be similar with this game. I think we're all hoping, and I know that Liverpool haven't beaten City at the Etihad since, I think, 2018 in the Champions League. But look, I think we all know that Pep likes to think outside the box. Champions League final and so on. Will he go outside the box for this? I don't know. I know that last year, of course, we had injuries in that, but we went with a 4-2-3-1. I don't think we're going to do that on the weekend. I think it'd be plain and simple 4-3-3. But I don't know. Something just screams out to me that he'll go aggressive and get it wrong. Like with, who plays that false nine? Will it be Kevin De Bruyne? Will it be Phil Foden? Will it be Raheem Sterling? We don't know. But I think he's going to try and do something with one of them as well. And Bernardo Silva as well. He was brilliant in the game against us back in August as well, or September. So yeah, it will be interesting. I think Foden is by far City's best player this season. I would say he's even better than De Bruyne this year. In my opinion, I don't think De Bruyne has been City's best player, but he is a phenomenal player. And don't get me wrong, I would have him in the Liverpool team every day of the week. But I don't think he has been their best player this season. But yeah, Phil Foden, Kevin De Bruyne are phenomenal players.
Yeah, definitely. And the one thing I can look at this game, Dan, is that we won't have James Milner at right back this time. We'll have Trent Alexander-Arnold.
Yeah, that was the big loss in that game, mate. They just exposed. They just played on it, and there it was just like watching it. The old cliche, watching a car crash. It was horrible. So obviously, our fullbacks play so high up, and whether it was Milner or Trent, he was right up there, and he just kept on pinging it in behind. And Milner obviously didn't have anything like the pace to cover back on Foden, and he was actually lucky not to get sent off. And I think there was possibly penalty shouts and all sorts of stuff. It was a disaster, and we sort of changed it around a bit, didn't we, second half? But still, unless I'm mistaken, both goals still came from that side. Ultimately, obviously, Foden scored first, and that one came down that side. And then the second one, I think, was another attack that went down the left-hand side, but eventually broke to De Bruyne in the middle. So even though we sort of felt like we stemmed the tide a little bit in the second half, the goals still came from there. So I'm really delighted that Trent is going to be back this Sunday.
Yeah, I am as well. Jack, Jesus Christ, I'm calling you Jack now. Connor, I always called you Jack. Do you think Jack Grealish might start this game? Because he did start at Anfield.
Yeah, and I can't remember him even having any involvement in the game. That's how shite he's been this season. Yeah, I think I think from now until the end of the season, both Liverpool and City, I said it earlier, I think both will play, the 15 that, is in their main team. Of course, with us, it could be, 16, 17 players because we have, such a good, a good squad. But yeah, I think out of the two teams, I think City's team is more predictable than Liverpool's, which might be a good thing, might be a bad thing. I don't know, but yeah, I think Grealish will start.
Yeah, and the fact also that Kurt Walker will be back as well, because I think he missed the game against Atletico because of a red card from his game against Leipzig. I think that was it. Les Golden. I know we don't curse on this show, but yeah, calling Raheem Sterling a little shit is pretty accurate, I will have to say. So I do agree with you in that aspect. But as far as team news is concerned, obviously there is a full health of players. I actually think our team just writes itself in. If I'm being honest, I think the team, and you guys can agree with me or disagree with me, but I think it's this. I think it's Alisson Becker. I think Trent Alexander-Arnold, Joel Matip, Virgil van Dijk, Andy Robertson. Then I think it's Fabinho, Thiago, Henderson, and I'm going Mane, Salah, Firmino.
No.
Yeah, I
no.
agree.
I can't. Regardless of whether Firmino's fit or not, and he possibly is, I can't see him playing. I think Jota. That was the team I thought all week, and then midweek there was obviously a couple of curveballs with the performances of Keita and Diaz, but I think Diaz gives you a little bit more potentially off the bench, and I think I don't think Keita's still got that trust where he could be brilliant, Keita, but he could drop a poor performance, as we've seen the odd time before, where he knows what he's going to get from Henderson in terms of positional sense and all that sort of stuff. But I think everyone seems to be sleeping on Jota. I don't understand why. I think are they not? I think Salah, Mane, and Jota are the three top scorers in the Premier League, aren't they?
Yeah.
So go with them. You go with your goal scoring threat.
I can see where you're coming from. The only thing for me is, though, I think whenever Firmino has played against Manchester City, he's usually had a good game. He usually gives John Stones a hard time, and obviously they don't have Ruben Diaz. It'll probably be John Stones and Aymeric Laporte at the back for them, and obviously it'll be Cancelo and Walker.
I think as well, Doug, as well. For me, the reason why it would be Bobby as well, going back to that Inter game earlier on in the season where Bobby had a really, really good game in drawing players out. And I think that is what is going to be needed, especially with that City midfield. You're going to need play like, what was that the front three at the game at Anfield as well, or was it Jota starting? I don't know. But
I think it was Jota. I think it was Jota, Mane, and Salah.
But did he go off that game, Firmino? Or was that Chelsea went off injured?
Chelsea game went off injured.
Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, I think, but that's it for me. I think that Inter game, and you saw it in the other leg as well, where we didn't use. I think Bobby injured in the game at Anfield, or didn't play. But I think you're going to need that type of player. And I wouldn't be surprised neither if Klopp changed system midway through the game and brought on, either Jota or Diaz for Jordan Henderson or Thiago. It would not surprise me.
No, absolutely not. Les Golden says we love a whole lot of Jota. Yeah, we certainly do. I would play Bobby, says Gary. He scores important goals. Yeah, he does, and he usually has a good game against the citizens as well. But Phil Foden for me is just one player that just scares living daylights out of me. Mahrez as well. They've got class all around the pitch. Do City, so it's going to be a very, very interesting game. This is the moment now where I need to get your predictions. Now I'll go to Mr. 1-1 first. Dan, what are you saying for this one?
No, for some reason I've just had this dream that it's going to be 1-0 and Diaz is going to score off the bench.
1-0. I think everyone would take that as well. Connor.
Getting some results.
I said it earlier, 2-1 Liverpool. I think I think we have to go for it no matter what. Just me. I don't want to draw. I want to be able to beat City and get over the line. So yeah, 2-1 Liverpool.
2-1. I've said in my head all week that it's going to be 2-2. So I'm going to go. I'm sticking with 2-2. But I'm going to say this now. I don't think a draw is a disastrous result. I think there's still twists and turns.
With 21 points after the game still to play for, of course, a draw's not a bad result. But
yeah, I absolutely agree. Blonde tipped Bobby scores goals, but I think he comes on the second half. Hello, Ankit. Thank you for tuning in. Yeah, go and check out Almighty Blues. I was on there for about, I think, half an hour, but it was good to chat, Ankit, and we'll definitely get something sorted with you as well. Evening to Jeannie as well. Thank you for tuning in. Does Elliot make the bench? 1-0, says Gary. I think Elliot will make the bench. Yeah, I do think Elliot will make the bench. Hello, Liz Golden saying hiya. Hello to Forge from Iron West Ham United. Guys, you were very unfortunate yesterday against Leon. Very, very unfortunate not to take the lead. No idea why Cresswell was sent off either. I mean, did any of you see the West Ham game at all?
No, I had it on some of the second half, but that was about it.
Yeah, it was very soft.
It's never a red.
It should never have been a red card.
Never a red. No idea why it was given as a red card, but Gatesy, hope you're good, mate. Hope you are very good. Oopsie daisy. Man City 2, Liverpool 3, 2 red cards, says Anka. 2 red cards. Interesting. Well, we could get that. Hi, Fortune Iron West Ham United. Long time no see. Shane O'Donoghue for 3-2 Liverpool. As is Liz Golden. 3-2 LFC up the Reds. Gacy's asking how Anka is. All good, thanks. Hope you're well too. Funny about the fan coming on the pitch at the wrong time when West Ham United were on the counter. I saw that. What the hell was that all about? That's mental. I do remember seeing something about that. Cresswell wasn't the last man. Nope. Could have been saved. Yep. Disagree. It's a red for me. I don't think it was a red. Ref was shockingly bad. Makes Mike Dean look competent. Yeah, that's very true. 4-1 Liverpool, says Jeannie. So wow. Jeannie thinks we're going to go and do City like we did in 2015. I would love that. That wasn't any fan with a brain. Nope, that was a fan with no sense of thinking what he was doing, to be honest with you. But anyway, before we do go, we will speak about the other Benfica game because the second leg is coming up, and obviously we do remember the last time they came to Anfield. They did beat us by 2-0, but that was 05-06. Dan, we did speak about rotation earlier. Would there be any changes you would make to the starting 11 that was in Lisbon? Especially with obviously Manchester City in the FA Cup coming up and Man United, I think, the next again Tuesday.
I think so, mate. I think Andy Robertson hasn't had much of a rest, has he? Trent obviously missed a few games with injuries, but Andy Robertson hasn't had much of a rest. I'm not sure how much he played with Scotland. So I think he could give Andy Robertson a rest. Obviously, Konate, I think he'll come back in. He seems to be playing most of the Champions League games. And the other player I'd love to give a rest to would be Mo. You can't give him a rest on Sunday because you can't leave your best player out to your biggest game of the season. But I think he's played 6 games of 120 minutes this year. 4 in the AFCON, 1 in the World Cup qualifier, and 1 in the Carabao Cup final. You know that can take a lot out. So I think he could do with a little bit even, and I would be quite content to see Mo sit it out.
Yeah, I agree. Connor, are you the same?
I would agree. I think both fullbacks will be rested. I think more so Trent will be on the bench. I think maybe Joe Gomez might play right back, and then Konate and Virgil. and Kostas as well. It'd be interesting to see whether or not Fabinho does get rested as well, because I think he's played a tremendous amount of football since the turn of the year. But yeah, I think it'll be interesting as well. Will we see anyone like a Harvey Elliott or a Curtis Jones start in this game? I would say probably not. Could definitely see James Milner starting in this game.
It's one of them, Connor. Sorry to interrupt. I mean, the Qatai's not quite done, is it? You know what I mean? And if you made too many changes and we went 1-0 down, and suddenly you've got Curtis Jones and James Milner on the pitch, and that might be a bit of a sticky game, wouldn't it? I think that the cleverer thing would be to try and go a bit. I think anyway, would be to go a bit little stronger, try and get the tie won, and then coast down as we were talking in them lower gears. You know what I mean? But we'll see.
Yeah, it's that five. It's the 5 substitutions as well. Now you can basically change half the team. Instantly as well. So yeah, we've got plenty of depth to choose from. So yeah, no, I agree with Dan on
that. Talking of people who are late.
Oh, it's a Jack.
Bloody YouTube. No notifications again. Hello, boys. Yeah.
What time do you call
this?
We'll
be joining soon. We'll be joining soon.
He knows that the show's on at 7 on a Friday, doesn't he? So
yeah. Had to sort Millie. All right.
On a Friday for about 18 months or something, hasn't it?
Jack didn't put his clocks backwards or forwards, however they went.
I know, Jack. Just seen it. It's Jack. He's been found. Hi, Jack. La, says Gary. But yeah, I'm in total agreement with everybody. I think the thing is for me as well. If we look at the game on Wednesday, I do think that we should be going through. Like, no disrespect to Benfica, they're a very, very good side as well. But just this Liverpool side, I don't want to make too many changes because, as we said, it disrupts sort of the momentum in the squad as well. But I look at this game and I do think we can go to Anfield, and I think we get an early goal. I think the floodgates open. I think the floodgates definitely open as well. So, with that being said, what are we going for team selections, Connor?
Probably go Ali in goal, Gomez, Konate, Virgil, and Tsimikas.
Yeah.
Hendo, Millie. No. Yeah, Hendo, Millie, and I don't know who the third one's going to be. Harvey Elliott? Why not? And then I think it'd be Luis Diaz, Diogo Jota, and Taki Minamino.
Dan, any changes to that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just guessing really, isn't it? But yeah, I'd probably go with Ali, maybe Trent and Kostas, Konate and Virg, Henderson, Fabinho. No, not Fabinho. Yeah, Fabinho and Keita. And then up top, it would be Diaz, maybe Jota, and maybe Origi. I don't know.
I'm not going to lie, I forgot about Naby Keita.
Just guessing.
You forgot Naby Keita? Oh my God.
Naby Keita.
Connor's biggest fan, has posters on his wall about Naby Keita, and he forgets to know him. Chris?
This allegation is false, by the way.
Oh dear. You know, damn with kids. Yeah. Shocking behaviour. Should be a 1-match ban for Jack. What's this? Douglas, do you think I'm a biased fan and don't give credit enough to... is this what Dominic Rich said earlier? Dominic says a lot of things, right? Dominic does say a lot of things, but I don't... I try to be as unbiased as possible, to be honest. Liz is laughing, I think, at Tom's comment. I'm back and Jack is able to join now. Jack McEllisey, do not have kids. Jack, as James said, keep hitting the likes and subscribe. 39-year-old James Mona, would you start his slow speed and pace on Sunday? No.
No.
Hell no.
He's 39 anyway, is he?
He's not 39.
I think he's like 36, maybe. He's not 39, but no, I wouldn't start him. I'm sure he'll come on the last 15 minutes or something like that, just to annoy all the people.
What time do you call this? What time do you call this?
I was with Millie. I was editing, and you'll see the video a bit later on, but I had to look after Millie for like the last 20, 30 minutes. And I was like, I need to go on a show. So apologies, lad. I'll cover whatever shit you need. It's on your website.
Somewhere in the world, Jack.
Yeah.
No, I would not start James Milner. Anyway, Alisson, Gomez, Konate, VVD, Tsimikas, Hendo, Jones, Ox, Salah, Diaz, Jota against Benfica. Yeah, we are just talking about the Benfica second leg, Jack. Is there any changes you would make to the team that we played on Tuesday?
Possibly Naby, mate, as the lads have already alluded to their selection. I don't trust Naby in this game, the biggest game of the season, only due to the fact that how good technically City's midfielders will be. You need your head on a swivel. They could be left, right, up and down. They're going to be swarming. The game will be won in the midfield and obviously in the wide areas, as you already said tonight. But I don't trust Naby in a big game. I know Jürgen has done in the past. It was the Real Madrid game last season when he dropped him in, but I'd just change Henderson, bring him in. And obviously bring in Matip for the centre back areas as well.
James Fickamona is 36. He isn't expected to start Sunday. No, definitely not. Naby is a good shout. Dom is a City fan. WM says Sebastian Douglas' channels for everybody. Yep, absolutely. Jack, yes. Oh, look who's joined us. How do you make a tissue? How do you make a tissue dance? You put a little boogie in it. I'm here. Chris. How the devil are you, sir? Hope you are good. And really good show with Bernard and my guy down to my right as well. I really did enjoy that show, especially the bit where Connor riled up Bernard. I thought it was very, very funny. James, do not have a clue. We might as well speak about it. Mohamed Salah has come out in an interview saying that he doesn't know if he's going to say a yes. He doesn't even know if he's going to say a no. On the eve of the sort of 24, 48 hours before the biggest game of the season, Connor, how bad is that, having an interview with Sky?
I don't think it's bad. If you actually watch it, he's saying that, nothing's changed. Of course, he's not going to blab out and go, yeah, we've spoken about this, and this. I know Mo posted a photo in front of an interesting banner about an hour ago or something like that. So, yeah, I think
what was that on it? I didn't see that. What was that? What was the interesting banner?
Positive. He was taking a photo for, I think for a trophy that he won. He was in front of the banner saying, Liverpool was made for me and I was made for Liverpool.
Okay.
You didn't do anything, can't you? I was made up in midweek when there was the picture of Rami as agent with Ian Rush. I was like, yeah, the deal's getting done.
Yeah. Is that on Instagram, Connor? Do you know?
Yeah, it's on Instagram. It's on Mo's Instagram.
It's on Instagram. Right. Let me just see if I can find this. I should probably follow.
I want to get it now. Yeah, I'll try and get it.
Yeah. On Twitter as well.
Yeah, I go. Yeah, it's difficult, and boys. Obviously, it was as fans, and especially how big media is in terms of the football and pyramids. Especially, it's not like it was 20 years ago when my mum used to meet all like the players in the 70s and 80s. Like you'd bump into the players on the bus, going on the way to training.
By the way, Jack, 20 years ago, I think that it wasn't the 70s and the 80s. 20 years ago was like 2002. I still think that 20 years ago was the 70s and it just wasn't.
Yeah, so we've been in lockdown for 2 years. And that's over. Yeah. So, the new age of technology, I'd say then is
Ali, Gomez, Konate, Van Dijk, Robertson, Thiago, Fabinho, Elliott, Salah, Firmino, Diaz. Interesting. We nearly had handbags out. I don't think it was handbags. I think it was just a comment that Bernard took offence.
It was fully when I mentioned money and signings. It was the full handbag situation come out.
I need to see
don't tell Dominic Calvert-Lewin if you've got the handbags out, because he'll be straight on the stream wanting to get on, wanting to compare, won't he? UCL.
Boohoo.com, yeah. He's made more appearances. He's made more appearances on that than he actually has.
My lineup is Alisson, Trent, Matip, VVD, Robbo, Hendo, Fabinho, Thiago, Mane, Firmino, Salah. I don't think Diaz is going to start because he played 90 minutes against Benfica. Yeah, that is true. What do you call a factory that makes okay products a satisfactory? Where was my when I posted earlier? Where was my when I posted earlier?
By the way, guys, it's Grand National Weekend, and I don't advocate betting or condone it if people gamble away and all that stuff. But if anyone wants a tip, I've got a tip. Dusty Rug. It's never been beaten.
Scientists have just discovered a fossilized dinosaur fart. They say it's a blast from the past.
Christ. I love all your
Connor's
jokes.
Laughing.
I love all jokes.
Lol, Chris. Have I asked you about you coming on for our post-match shows when we play? Don't think so. Get the contract signed, son. Stop fanning around. Mo. Is Connor in Wrexham friends with their owners? They have TikTok on the shirts. Connor from the Cop Council on TikTok. Is Douglas making TikTok dances later? Mohamed Salah interview with Sky is expected. I'm not making bloody TikTok. Liverpool want to keep Mohamed Salah. Gary Richards. LFC a delight. We are just about to finish, unfortunately. But next time, definitely. If Salah's going to stay, then sell in the summer. There's a year left on his deal. I think he'll sign after the season ends. I think he will as well. DCL is going to be on full time. Yeah. Great joke. Unfortunately, I've got things to do for that week, Chris. I won't be able to make it. Dan getting into the dad joke game. Yep. I've got a tip as well. I put your money on V-neck. It's a very good jump.
Hey, no, but keep an eye out on creosote. It's really good over the fences.
Why can't a nose be 12 inches long? Then it'd be a foot. Oh, jeez. He's laughing at you. Mainly work related. Superchat works for Gucci now. They made footballers next footballers banned on advertising betting. Good news. Betting sponsors needs to go in football for people who can be addicted and stuff. Yep, absolutely, indeed. But I think we'll finish there because we are kind of getting into the dad joke sort of section of the of the podcast. But no, thank you very much to my esteemed panelists, Dan from the Mighty Reds TV. Obviously, you won't be here next week, but I do hope you enjoy Alton Towers.
Yeah, we're having a little weekend away with me missus and my kids. So Friday we go, and we go to this brilliant place not far from Alton Towers called Waterworld. So we go there on Good Friday, stay over in the hotel, go to Alton Towers on the Saturday, come home on Easter Sunday when hopefully the Easter Bunny's been and delivered us lots of eggs. But yeah,
and
the show next week, so do enjoy it.
Yeah, at least he did join eventually. Yeah. I think he thinks.
Yeah, I don't deserve a shout out there. Yeah, go on. Introduce me.
I think the safest thing to say is that I think he may have thought that maybe the clocks went back or something. So
at least it was in your stream. Connor wasn't in your stream before, was it, with Dom and that? Yeah,
I'm on other people's streams. At least I showed up.
But no, Connor, thank you very much for coming on. As always, have you got much coming up on the Cop Council? Or?
Yeah, mate. We've got our preview show at 9:00 for Manchester City as well. And you know, I know that Ballon mentioned earlier about TikTok. To be fair, TikTok's actually booming at the minute. A lot of people like the Carvalho video that we put up on there, so very much appreciate everyone checking that out as well. But yeah, 9:00 preview for Manchester City over on the channel as well. But thank you for having me on as well, mate.
Yeah, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. You lot are terrible. Well, also another owner is chewing gum. It sticks to the.
It's time to leave. It's time to leave.
My work here is done. Thanks to Connor for earlier. Good luck for the weekend, guys. Take care, everybody. Jack is here for a few minutes today. Be careful, Alton Towers. You can get taken for a... That's terrible. Big up Douglas and the lad. Cheers, Douglas. Cheers, guys. Enjoy the game on Sunday. Take care. Cheers. Yeah, thank you very much, James. I do appreciate that. Jack, keep an eye on the toaster. All the best, James Dunlop. I love this stream. Thanks, Gary. Appreciate it. Guys, if you have enjoyed it, please do remember to hit that like button. We are getting very, 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 very close to 1.8k now. So we're getting very, very close. We are getting very, very close. And as you can now see, basically darkness has fallen. So it is time for me to end the podcast. And no, I'm not going all Game of Thrones because I absolutely do not like that program. So sorry if I have offended people, but darkness has fallen. It is time to go. Goodbye. You'll never walk alone. Cheers, Reds.